What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about the all-new legends in Gene Upshaw and Ty Law. Many of you guys are wondering a lot of different things. Because Ty Law is a team captain, you want to know, can you add this into that upgrade set? Well, pretty much the way that they did it last year, they didn't allow that to happen. Pretty much these are separate paths. I did answer a question on Twitter yesterday about it, and I believe that I'm correct. What happens is, if you choose the team captain, you will have separate ways to continue to upgrade that team captain. If you go this route, this is a whole separate card. It was very, very similar to what they did last year, with this exception for this year. Ryan Shazier will not be released in any other format other than the team captain that he is right now. All the other players were announced that they would be able to get different legend paths throughout the time that you play Madden 20. So this is not a surprise. Many of you guys didn't know that, or you didn't watch the stream, or you didn't watch my videos. Whatever it is, bro, you can lie to me if you want. Yo, bro, I watch all your videos. No, you don't. No, you don't, bro. Because we spoke about this very, very early. That Ryan Shazier would be the only one that would not be coming out as a separate legend. So finally, here he is right here for you guys, right? Depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, if you already have the team captain, do not get this card. Because more than likely with Series 3, which is coming, next week, you're going to have the opportunity to then upgrade that captain or possibly get another token, whatever. They're going to have to fix it to make it so that, he's staying up to par with the other cards. So it'll be sooner than later that your team captain will get an upgrade. Now, if this is a card that you're looking to get, we're going to go ahead and check out his full 92 stats in the auction house. But for me, it doesn't really apply. I don't need this guy at all. All right, now, when you go to the left guard situation, that's a whole different story, because I think I have Bruce Matthews right now, and this guy may have some wild numbers that we would consider actually getting rid of the other guy and putting this guy in. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and check it out and see if it does make sense to go further with it. If it doesn't, we leave it alone. Because remember, if it's not, just because they have a higher overall, that doesn't mean that their attributes are where they're supposed to be. So you have to be extremely cautious with the way that you do it, because if you do it the wrong way and you start just applying cards, it all becomes kind of messed up, and then your team all of a sudden becomes something that you didn't want it to be. So you got to be careful with the way that you upgrade your squad, as I've been trying to show you guys throughout the year. Make sure that it applies to what you're doing. We know the game is running based, but if you guys have noticed, since the most recent update, you don't really break that many runs, and even if you do, you get chased down by, like, bro, a dead cockroach. Like, dudes are chasing you down from everywhere. It's like ridiculous, but I think that they did that to kind of make it so that you can't just keep, running the ball for like 1,000 yards every single snap. Like, it's wild. All right, so look, he's way up there in price. All right, so is he worth it though? Is this guy worth it? Let's compare him to Bruce Matthews. All right, so his strength is going to go to 90 with the chem. Awareness will go to probably 91 when we chem him up with John Madden coach. Pass blocking, he's going to be better, obviously, because he's right there. Pass block, footwork, whatever. Run block, he's already at that 91, so it's only going to get more and more wild after that. But is it really worth it to upgrade your left guard for those +1s? Is it really, really worth it like that? Let's go ahead and look further into the detail. His agility is much better, which is a huge thing. The movement of the hips, he's faster, better acceleration. Like I said, his strength is going to go, well, we're going to have to put sprinter on him, so they're going to lose strength regardless. The run block, I like it standard 91, but this guy gets the proper chem to 90, so that could be a situation we could take a look at. It looks like this guy is just a lot more athletic, Gene Upshaw. So Raider fans are going to probably have a good time with this guy. That's pretty much all I'm seeing, though. I don't really see anything that's like, what, like, is it his hit power is 75. So the dude, if you throw a pick, he about to make somebody fumble instantly. So if you like to throw picks, this is probably the guy for you. Run block power, already 91 tier. Run block finesse, same. Pass block power, okay. Pass block finesse. Bruce Matthews a little bit better with that. Lead block, 91. He has an 89, but that is already come to a 90. All right, so in my opinion, when you look at this, is it really worth it to spend that much more for a +1 overall, which is going to probably get chem to like a 93, depending on how you do it? Because remember, I don't have running chems on my linemen other than John Madden coach, because I use go deep to get the throw power. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with Peyton Manning, because that dude right there, bro, like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, that dude, like, he cost me a game yesterday because I literally couldn't throw the ball. It wasn't about the release or anything like that. I just couldn't release the ball, and I don't know what happened. and if that's something that EA is doing just to his card or whatever, but that never happened with Troy Aikman, so we're going to probably have to check some things out and see where we're going with that. Now, we go over to Ty Law. You can see he's in the 5s, right? What's Deion Sanders looking like? Deion Sanders is still very expensive. Yo, Deion Sanders is a goonie, bruh. Like, he's just really out there just doing whatever he wants. But it doesn't matter. Let's check out Ty Law and compare him. Now, Deion Sanders is fully chemmed ridiculously to a 96 speed, and all kinds of other stuff is going on. But all we're doing right now, I'm just giving you some insight into what's happening, right? All I'm doing right now is comparing him to Denzel Ward. We don't even have him with his natural stats, with the 95 speed and all the other boosted up things that I have him doing, but I'll go to that and show you guys in a second. This is the interesting thing about this, right? He's already better than Ty Law, and he's just a 93 Denzel Ward power up. So when you look at that situation, you have to understand, unless you're going for the Patriot or any other team that Ty Law played for, theme team, do you really need to spend the coins on this? Okay, should you wait patiently until the Harvest promo and get something else because your team is working well? You don't need to continue to just throw out whatever and just keep going wild just because new cards are released. You really just don't have to do that. So, you know, in my opinion right now, with the way that these legends are looking, it's not something that's ideal for me. Okay, it's just absolutely not ideal in this situation for me to have to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to spend this, because it doesn't, like me spending $555 and getting rid of another card for a guy that's not better than my secondary corner in Denzel Ward doesn't make any sense. Now, if you guys don't have Denzel Ward, put it like this: he's like a cheaper or a poor man's Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He just doesn't have the zone coverage. But to be honest, because of his speed, he's gonna make up in a lot of situations where other players wouldn't be able to make up. You know what I'm saying? So you have to watch that and be able to, you know, understand what's going on. And just throw the ball. Because let's take a look at it with him chemmed up, right? This is what's happening with him. 95 speed, okay? 95 excel, 91 agility. See, that agility thing, and that's another thing that goes into Jalen Ramsey. Many of you guys, you wonder, like, you know, why is this thing with the agility? EA actually gets this very right with Jalen Ramsey, because when you watch him play, he's not an agile person. He's a big body corner that's gonna lock up usually the big body corners, but the fast, elusive guys like OBJ, they route him all day long. You know what I'm saying? But he's a very, very physical guy. As long as you're able to get off of his press and do certain things with him, you can abuse him. You know what I'm saying? In real life and in Madden. So sometimes he'll get beat deep depending on what goes on, but he doesn't have the attributes that really make him move around easily to be able to adjust and go ahead and get picks. So now, when you go over to speed, you have the acceleration, you have the agility, you got the jump, you got the play rec, man coverage. The zone threshold is all you're missing. Okay? Now, for me, is that important enough for me to go and spend another 300K because he'll go for 200? Is that enough for me to do that? You guys got to ask yourself that. Now, when we go and look at Deion, the way that Deion is set up, you'll be able to see now more in depth exactly what's going on. Like, 96, 96. That's the first thing you look at. 96 speed, 96 excel, 92 agility, 91 jump. Like, you're looking at his real numbers right now. I know his press is really low, but again, Deion Sanders, what happens is when you try to press people with Deion, because Deion is so fast in the game, sometimes even when you put the press animation on, he won't do any presses. He'll just start running backwards. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, because the way that they always do Deion Sanders, they do it like the way he realistically used to play, excuse me, in the league. Deion Sanders actually would go up on a dude like, bruh, what's good? And then you try to run the route. He's just looking at you the whole time and just picking the ball up and running for 6, probably picking your mom's up, dropping her off the block and not having any respect for her. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is what are you going to do right now if you have the opportunity to get a better corner at this point? Many of us have already gotten our free MUT10 player. I felt very, very confident going after Deion Sanders. I get a return man. I get so much more out of him. So he's more beneficial to me than Troy Polamalu at this point in the game. But again, when you look at everything with the new legends, okay, when you analyze that, you have to make sure that when you're investing your coins, you're doing the best possible thing. And many of you guys, let me know in the comments, do you have Deion Sanders? Write Sanders, write Denzel Ward. Well, just write Ward. You don't got to write the whole thing out. Write Sanders, write Ward. Let me know the corners that you have. Write Ramsey if you have Ramsey. See, even with Ramsey would be a better player than Ty Law right now if you have him fully powered up. So as you start to look at it, unless you went with that as a team captain, you should probably avoid it. Now, we're going to go to the offensive side of the ball, and we're going to take a look at Bruce Matthews. And you can see, I only have 654,000 because I've been playing around and doing a lot of weird stuff and trying to upgrade my team in different ways to see if they have impact. So I haven't done a lot when it comes to, you know, playing around with, you know, my lineup still. I've been trying to complete certain sets. You see I have 148,000 bats. I've been trying to get involved with those things because I wanted to see if they would release something that I really wanted. Obviously for me, when I saw Troy Polamalu, I cried a little bit, but then I looked at his numbers and I cried more because he has the big hitter trait, but that's not enough for us in this game. You need him to have a hit power of 90 or above, because if he's running around with Enforcer and those numbers, EA got it. It's a straight W. Like, it's because I've seen Troy Polamalu hit dude so hard that his hair stood up, and he don't use Head and Shoulders. That's just for commercials. But it stood up in the air, and it was like, yo, what's going on right now? Like, but the guy that he hit, don't worry, yo, that guy was laid out, bro. Like, this dude hits really, really hard. So I don't understand what was going on with it, but it is what it is. Now, as we look at this right here, what's weird about this is, didn't it show that his strength was a little bit higher when we just compared the other guy? Why is it only showing an 86 strength for this guy? Is that correct? Oh yeah, because it went down. His strength goes down because I have a sprinter on him. Yeah, that's correct. So he loses 2. All right, that's fine. So look, after the whole strength thing, because I have to have sprinter on them, because what happens is if you don't go sprinter and get the acceleration and, you know, lose the strength, you go brawler and then you lose agility, you lose acceleration, and it's stupid because you need those things in order to successfully move your players around. And you know, it contributes a lot to the receiver position, which is why I ultimately have sprinter on my players. So that's ultimately why I chose sprinter over brawler, if you guys are wondering about that. And whatever, I don't really care as far as that goes. I'm just looking at these 90 numbers, right? So he has the 90 run block. Even though Gene Upshaw has like 91 or whatever, he still meets the same tier, because 90 to 94 with these attributes specifically, they're going to play the same. You're not going to see much of a difference with it. So you can see the thresholds that he meets. Finesse, block, finesse. Again, pass, block, finesse. I didn't say the beginning part, but you can see the 90s on it. 90 awareness. So these guys meet the thresholds. So is it really necessary for us to spend more coins to get a card with the similar attributes? No, unless you have a Raiders theme team and you're going to make him even more OP. I wouldn't do it. Okay, so that's where I am with the Legends. And as far as Troy Polamalu, I really, like I said, I'm trying to get myself motivated enough to actually go after him. But even if I don't, like I said, if you grabbed him, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy it. But I don't like that his hit power is so low. And like I said, the big hitter trait, that's all good. Everything like that, we'll go check it out right now. I love the fact that he's in the game. That's a beautiful thing. But it's certain things that, you know, EA can't do to us, bro. Like, you can't do that to us. You cannot give us Troy Polamalu with 83 hit power. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It really just doesn't. So I don't really want to deal with it at this point. So pretty much what we'll do is, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. His power up is already way, way down, but he should still be over 2 mil, right? Okay, he's down in price to 159. So we could actually get him because, you know, look, he's really, really cheap. And that's why. You know, because it does, like, people are looking at it like, what are you doing right now? So me choosing Dion as my Madden 10 player was actually smarter because of that. That really affects the way that you'll be able to make a play in the open field. Like, he has clutch, he has all those other things, but that hit power is just really, really bad. Even if they gave him an 89 so that it would chem to 90, so that he would be able to get Enforcer, that would have been enough for a lot of us. But honestly, I just don't feel comfortable, you know, going after him with those type of numbers. And I see that a lot of you guys don't either. All right, so pretty much, if you have any other questions, you know what to do. You can find me on Twitter, at GmiasWorld. Many of you guys didn't vote to get rid of Jalen Ramsey with the 100 retweets. I think you guys stopped at like 50. So you can go over to Twitter if you want Jalen Ramsey gone. I think a lot of you guys didn't want him gone, which is why you didn't retweet it, so he's still on the squad. Because like I told you, when I give you guys this opportunity to help me build my team, if you guys say no, it's no. You know what I'm saying? You guys want me to keep Ramsey? All right, you're going to stay in the slot. Whatever, bro. You know, you guys didn't vote for him. The guy, he's still there. But many of you guys just want to see me rage sell people. That's why I got to like 50 retweets. But it is what it is, guys. Thank you guys so much for the love and support. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe. Turn on your post notifications. And I'm going to see you guys and girls next time. You have a good one. One love, y'all.